on to you, Virgos. Hope y'all are having a great day. Smash the like button that way so that you can get connected into the energy of this reading. And I also want to go ahead and say shout outs to everybody that has come through and got a private tarot reading from me, birth chart reading, bought my books, taking it seriously. I just want to say thank you. You know, I never thought that anybody would care enough to even buy my book and actually read it to understand what it is I was saying in the book. You know, now I'm having people, ask me questions about certain passages in the book. It's crazy, but I just want to say thank you. It's a good crazy, though. Okay, so for you, Virgos, you have the Two of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and you have the King of Wands, right? Okay, so for you, Virgos, this is about, wow. So the Two of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and the King of Wands. Okay, so pretty much this King of Wands represents the person, right? And the Two of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune represents their action. What their action is, these people that represent this King of Wands right here, they want you to be stuck on them. They want you to be thinking about them. So there's some people essentially that you stop talking to, that you haven't probably talked to in a little while, that still very much so think about you, right? You are living in their head rent free, and they want you back, but they know that too much time has passed to where they can actually call you and try to make amends and apologize to you. Because for a lot of you Virgos, you may recognize, they're thinking about, you may recognize the number. And if you recognize the number, they're thinking about, would you even pick it up? And even if you do pick it up, what would you say? So they're really going down this rabbit hole of thinking about you Virgos. Now we are in a Mercury retrograde right now, so you already know what that means. That means that there's a greater chance of a love interest, or maybe even a realized significant other that is trying to come back. So, but at the same time, the King of Wands, you definitely are on the minds of other people, though. Definitely thinking about what you Virgos, what it was like hanging out with a lot of y'all. But I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to come back, though. This is just what came up, so I got to talk about what comes up. Because sometimes you Virgos may think that people don't miss you. And that's not necessarily true at all. It's just that you Virgos are not, obviously, you're not around. Because see, a lot of times people will talk cash stuff about you. But what you Virgos don't understand is that a lot of you are not around to see those people crashing out. Really sitting down, thinking about how you Virgos told them the truth. And it's the truth, Anybody, I'm sure all of you Virgos know how it feels like when somebody goes out of their way to really disrespect you. They go out of their way to truly disrespect you for real, right? Right? Unjustifiably so. And then the situation with that is, next thing you know, they pop up out of the blue, especially during a Mercury retrograde. Now, that could happen on any given day, but Mercury retrogrades is, like I said before, it's a greater chance that they're more than likely going to pop up during a Mercury retrograde. And then when they do pop up, they tell you Virgos how much it is that they like you and all of that. But see, they still want to keep the facade of they're better than you and they're in competition with you. A lot of the times, ultimately, they haven't learned anything. And you know what it is that us as Virgos are doing? The Knight of Cups. We've done moved forward, like do 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 do. I was right. Us Virgos, more than likely, right? When we got that hurt upon out our system, we've already moved forward. Done went ahead on starting to hang out with other people, trying to, and that's what the Knight of Cups represents. That you Virgos are currently doing right now. Now we're making that transition to what you're doing, and what you Virgos are doing is, because the first three cards, these three cards right here, are about what the love interest or what the ex was doing, right? Now the Knight of Cups, and you have the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is Pisces, your opposite zodiac sign. What you Virgos are doing is, you Virgos are being very patient. You're getting to know people. You're trying to see what's up, right? A lot of you Virgos are shooting your shot, but at the same time, I'm also seeing that you Virgos very much so are just trying to take your time, not to rush into anything. Because when it comes to love, I'm seeing that, you know, the time and the effort that a lot of you Virgos have done, it's taught you quite a bit when it comes to the context of love, because it's our hardest area in life. Me being a Virgo myself, I know for a fact that it is the hardest area in our lives. It really is, because nothing ever really seems to sit right. It's not right, you know. It's never a situation where it's about like the person gets you, and you know, as well as you get the person, right? You Virgos are usually the ones that have a better understanding of them than they have an understanding of you. Because the truth is this: they know that a lot of you Virgos are decent individuals, but the problem is they too arrogant to say it. They won't admit, you know, you Virgos are fly. They like you, what it is that you do, and what you do is good. A lot of the times they won't do that. They won't take the time out of their day, right, to ever tell you that. The two of y'all are supposed to be romantically involved. You're under the impression that you as Virgos are trying to get to know these people, and here they go now trying to undo that thought process of them, your perception of how you thought they were so amazing at first. The next thing you know, they start being disrespectful. They start going overboard. They have a little bit too much dip on their chip. They're doing too much, you know, going out of their way to be disrespectful. So over the years, like I said before, a lot of you have learned, yeah, a lot of you are out here potentially trying to get to know some people, and you Virgos may even be attractive to a lot of people where they're coming to you. But just because that's what happens does not necessarily mean that you Virgos are gonna be in a hurry to go hang out with them on that romantic level long term. A lot of you Virgos are feeling out the other person, right? In more than one way, right? You're taking your time trying to really pay attention to them, because like I said before, a lot of times people don't, you know what I'm saying? People don't necessarily have my own, my own value, or something that's close to my value system, you know? And since we talking it right now, the reason why that is because of this, the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles, right? All three of these cards. Why? Because the Two of Pentacles, all these cards right here is about how there's not a lot of very good options that a lot of you Virgos have. I'm going to just keep it a buck with you. There's not a lot of very good options. That's why the love portion of your life is so difficult for you in the first place. The love portion is due to the fact that you got a lot of people who are really broken. Excuse me. You have a lot of people who are really broken. You Virgos maybe, you know, That's one of the bigger secrets to it, to the whole thing. Your dating options is trash. And it's not because you're trash where they say, what I'm saying, you are what it is that you're attracting. Listen, the dating options that you Virgos have is trash. The truth is, you Virgos are a good option for other people. That's why so many people are attracted to a lot of y'all. But when they get into a relationship setting with y'all, when the foolishness begins, the stupidity begins, you Virgos quickly realize, the ones who are more experienced, that is, you more experienced Virgos quickly realize just how much it is that you can't kick it with them because they're dysfunctional, and you try to get out. And the mistake that you Virgos have, especially if you haven't necessarily figured out a way to get over how you should exit, y'all will tell these people that you are exiting. Hey, you don't want to talk to them anymore. When sometimes you really should just leave them alone. Because truth be told, dry bones. The truth be told is that a lot of these dating options that you have are not good. But they know that you Virgos are a good dating option. What I mean by that is, an example of this is like how you Virgos, for instance, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you will meet people who have children, out of shape, disrespectful. They're making money, but then they don't want to share. They go out of their way to be disrespectful. You know what I mean? These are not good. These are not savory qualities. These are not qualities that would inspire you Virgos to be like, okay, you trying to be in a relationship, you're gonna take the chance, be in a relationship with them, and actually give them some form of a commitment where it's not just playing. You actually in a relationship with them, you taking them seriously. And like I said before, that's why it is that I say that, spiritually, Virgos are the children of Set. Virgo, Scorpio, Capricorn, Aries, they're the children of Set, because love is one of our hardest areas. And the reason for that is because when our hearts, minds are in a correct place, and when we living in truth, a lot of people don't show us love. See, we become cold-hearted because a lot of people don't show you Virgos a lot of love. They know that you're a good dating option for them, but at the same time, even though they know it, they're trying to ruin you. While at the same time, they don't want you to change. That's the stupidity of it. And now it's a situation where for you Virgos is dating down, and those people secretly dating up, regardless of where you are, what you into. You're a good dating option for them. They're not a good dating option for you. That's why the two of you don't match. And then they start talking about how it is that you are what it is that you are attracting. I know a Scorpio right now. Shout outs to the Scorpio that's on YouTube. I'm not even going to say the person's name. But I know a Scorpio right now who basically put me on game yesterday. Well, I should say 2 days ago. That was like, because you'll see this on a Monday. But 2 days ago, that was like the reason why it is that you having things so difficult for you, and kind of break it down, the science on it, is because you're a good dating options for others, but those others are not good dating options for you. And I knew this, but at the same time, he was able to break it down with the actual math, the stats and stuff like this. So why that's important in the first place is because like I said before, there's so many dysfunctional people out here. Dysfunction is the name of the game. People are aspiring to be dysfunctional. People are literally aspiring to be dysfunctional. What I mean when I say they're aspiring to be dysfunctional, I'm talking about from the perspective of, again, Let's go down the long laundry list, Virgo. The children. Not saying that children are a bad thing, but children make things more difficult. The person, honestly speaking, from the bottom of my heart, real talk, was better off potentially making it work with the original child's other parent. Truth be told, you know. And then if they can't make it work with that person, then I guess they could be out here dating and whoever wants that. But the children, right? The shallow disrespect, meaning just the arguing. We're not even talking about the deeper disrespect, the setting you up, the sabotage, the active, right? That's another thing, right? That's 3. The active approach towards trying to make it so that the person handicaps you, right? Then you have the lack of taking care of themselves. How many of them are overweight? They don't exercise. They don't want to exercise. So they don't even care about their appearance. And appearance is number 4, right? Appearance is number 4 on the 10 life values. It's spirituality, health, family, appearance, right? And it's the 4th important one. And these people don't even care about their appearance. They'll show up, right? And us as Virgos, you know that we health conscious. If we're ready, you know that we health conscious. And I got a whole other laundry list of things, right? I got a whole, the idea that they don't want to share any money with you. They don't want to share resources. You know, even more of a deeper subconscious, deeper, untalked about, raw and uncut thing, right? That be happening to us Virgos. We be thinking that people are decent people because they talk themselves up like they're spiritually learning and they're on that. These people be shallow. And what happens is that we be in a situation. Matter of fact, let me show you the cards because I'm starting to actually hit on those. The World, and then you have the 7 of Swords. You Virgos are getting to know other people, but you're not doing anything harmful. All it is that y'all Virgos, us Virgos, are doing is backing up from the stupidity, because that's what the 7 of Swords represents. It represents the stupidity. And see, like I said before, y'all are hurting the market that way because people trying to get to know you, but you're not putting yourself in a position for them to try to take advantage of you because you're being more mindful as to what's happening. And the reason why, to get back into kind of what it is I was talking about, let me show you the cards, to get even deeper back into what it is I was talking about. I'm talking about from the perspective of like, you know, from the perspective of like the one-way door policy, where it's like they make it seem like they have these flaws and that they're working on it. And you Virgos get drawn in at first because you like the fact that you thought that this person was taking accountability. And then it's still they haven't changed anything. Their principles are still the same way. And what I mean by that is it's a one-way door policy, right? Maybe people, another element of this is when people freeze you out, they don't put in any kind of effort. They do nothing, but they be in your life, but they actively do nothing. They are literally worthless, useless. They have no value at all. Worthless, useless. So what happens is you Virgos will try to contact them. What's going on? Because you want that level of transparency. You want that spirit, not just physical, but spiritual level of closeness. And all it is that most people can do is offer up their body at best, if that. Because people stingy even with their body. a lot of like I be talking about the whole I be talking about the romantic touching and stuff like this, if you know what I mean. And like when I do these live streams and stuff like this, which I've slowed down on, but I remember I used to, specifically talking about these not even live streams. Let me get into it even deeper. A lot of times you Virgos will literally be out here trying to get to know people and all of this that romantically, and you be loyal to them and you trying to see if they're worthy of a commitment, then you'll give it to them. And these people can't even tell you about what it is that they're going to offer to you. They so busy trying to play you before you get a chance to play them, to the point where they can't stand the thought of them doing anything for you where one hand washes the other. Because that's what a relationship is supposed to be about, right? One person, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes you Virgos will do something that a person will particularly like. You won't necessarily favor it, but the other person will like it, but you'll do it because you know that they like it. And that brings you joy. And guess what? In a successful relationship, the person will do something particularly that you like. They don't necessarily like it on your part, right? But then they'll love to see the fact that you Virgos are talented in this thing. And they love to see you show off your talent. They want to see you in this different light, right? And they enjoying you with it. And they're indirectly gaining joy and value from doing that too. Us Virgos will be in a relationship trying to get to know somebody and be in a loveless relationship or a loveless connection with somebody where it's like we're trying to get to know them and these people telling us straight out they're not going to do anything for us. They trying to be in a relationship, but they're not going to do anything for us. And so many people get so bent out of shape about the intimacy thing. When it comes when it came to me talking about the whole intimacy thing, they completely missed the point. The point of it is, I wasn't necessarily talking about, as a Virgo, I wasn't, when I be talking to some of them, I'm not necessarily, us Virgos don't necessarily talk about the whole intimacy thing and trying to show this, that, and the third or whatnot. And, you critiquing them because they need to show you a little bit more effort and stuff like this. They so stupid. They so worried about all the wrong stuff. Because they sitting up here and they'll laugh at you Virgos, but at the same time, what they don't understand about you Virgos and you asking them to do it is the fact that they won't do something for you. They have this whole laundry list of things that they're not gonna do. Yet and still, they're complaining about it like you didn't give them a commitment. They'll have the commitment, they'll have your loyalty, and still be talking about, I'm not going to give you this. You are going to give it to me. And if you're not, I'm going to dump you and go talk to somebody else that will give me that. Because what are they complaining about? They're getting the commitment and everything that comes with that. So if you're not going to do that, that's a dub. That's a whole loss. That's an L that the person just took. Talking about what it is that they're not going to do. As long as you Virgos, and what makes it even more crazy, let's clarify the world. What makes it even more crazy, since I'm cooking, since I'm applying pressure, is the fact that you Virgos, the ones with the minds and the hearts that's in the correct place, when you have somebody that you love. My mom's a Pisces. And my mom said that that Virgos are some of the most loving, loyal individuals that she has ever dated. They will, you know what I'm saying? Like, they will get the commitment. Let's clarify the world. The Empress, Three of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, the King of Cups, and then you have the Judgment. So to clarify the world, the Empress and the Three of Pentacles right here is all about how it is that you Virgos ultimately, you're not getting yourself caught up with the stupidity. You're protecting yourselves now, wisely. You're not doing it from a place of paranoia. You're doing it from a place of mindfulness, awareness. Like, if you see the nonsense coming, you're going to date, but you're going to date for fun. And if somebody shows you, Virgos, something where they're worthy of being dated more than for fun, then I'm seeing here the Ace of Cups and the King of Cups, then you Virgos will know what to do. You'll try to move it up into a higher level relationship, a higher level connection with them, where you could be giving them a relationship. You could be giving them a commitment, And when I say commitment, I'm talking about you not running the streets and smashing and looking at and looking at everything and smashing and trying to always go everywhere else and trying to break your heart or you break their heart. But a lot of times, that's another thing too, when it comes to Virgos, our relationships don't be properly defined. And the reason why is because our relationships don't be properly defined is because us as Virgos, whose minds and hearts are in the correct place, some people so stupid, we be giving them the love off the rip, which is what it is that you're supposed to do. But they so goofy, what they'll do is they'll end up cheating on you and then talk about how it is that you wasn't going to be loyal. And it's like not even realizing that sometimes you Virgos get people that are interested, and the people who are interested that are coming to you after the fact that you Virgos met this person, you Virgos may be like, hey, I'm talking to somebody, I can't necessarily get your number from you. Or let me get your number, but I'm gonna just let you know that I'm talking to somebody right now that I'm talking to. So don't think that, I'm just gonna let you not see what's going on. But the Judgment represent here though is a lot of you, I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. A lot of you Virgos got a lot of detractors. A lot of people are tight. They are upset at how a lot of you Virgos choosing to really live your lives on the low. They are upset. You're going to have some of these exes showing up. You're going to have some of these people that you're trying to get to know. They are taking notice that you are not trying your hardest. They like it. They like you. They're interested, but they are noticing that you Virgos are no longer trying your hardest. And what I mean by that is, if they're new, I'm talking about they are accustomed to trying to get people caught up in the trap of chasing up on after them. And they're noticing the fact that you Virgos are not getting caught up with that. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe.